Welcome to the show, Leo Gami. You are a London-based digital artist, filmmaker, curator, and marketing strategist. Your work seamlessly blending cultural heritage, storytelling, and emerging technology. You were born in Paris and raised in London with a creative journey that began quite early. At the age of just 17, you secured investment from the Apprentice UK winner Tim Campbell MBE to launch your first production company, which was Invincible Frames. Since then, your career has been marked with various prestigious accolades, including Best Director at the BEFTA Awards in 2010, Best Drama at the Limelight Film Awards 2012 for your production of Clench, Best Short Film at the Born Short Film Festival in Denmark in 2012 as well. There's a ton of stuff to talk about with you. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do tell us more.
Oh, thank you for having me. Indeed,
Yeah,
indeed.
tell us about your journey.
Started as a young man from South London, got into film through a workshop at the BFI, which opened the door to me believing in myself that I could be a filmmaker. Since then, worked with loads of brands, loads of celebrities, the Cabinet Office, the Prime Minister.
Wow.
But I've always desired to stay at the forefront of technology.
Mhm.
So when digital art sort of started emerging, I was kind of at the forefront of that and started doing art myself as well. Did a few exhibitions. One of the most noteworthy ones was at the American Embassy for a month. This kind of opened the door to me wanting to bridge the gap between traditional art forms and digital art forms. And I started putting on exhibitions for my peers. And when the NFT sort of movement started emerging, we were front and center. And we did loads of exhibitions, two in America, in New York. We did a takeover of Rio for a week. Did a few in London as well. But that was literally what kind of pushed me towards the digital space. And now, obviously, with everything with AI and all that cool stuff,
Mm.
again, we're right at the center of it, making AI content, testing out the latest models and pushing the boundaries and the envelope of what's possible with technology, I suppose, and telling
Yeah,
stories. That's
yeah.
really, and then also
Yeah,
at some point, me and Skyler met, which was a great meeting, and we're
10
still
years
friends
ago.
till this day.
Yeah, 10 years ago. And
10 years ago.
Wow.
you started creating videos for my music.
Yeah.
And it's really wonderful because they're all social conscious music as well. You know what I mean? Who's some of your favorite social conscious artists?
For me, there's a few people actually. I like Lauryn Hill. I do like a rapper called Immortal Technique, which is an old school rapper who is very socially conscious. But of course, man, the main man, Skyler Jett, this is why I work with you. I like what you do. I
Yeah,
believe in the cause, and I do believe that music has a massive impact on human beings. And I think, you can heal the world with music, you can heal yourself with music, you can build up a positive mindset listening to positive music. So,
Yeah.
I really commend you for what you're doing with Music for Global Change, and I think that it does have an impact.
yeah, thank you, brother.
Sure.
And how's AI mesh up with that?
So the way I think we need to look at AI, it's a new platform in a sense that you wouldn't necessarily compare a photographer to a sculptor, right? They're two different genres.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And AI is a new tool which has sort of removed the technical element of learning a new thing and literally allows you to express yourself with common language, and you're able to bridge the gap of 10 years of experience doing something, right? You're able to sort of type in, type in a prompt, and then you can generate music, you can generate film, you can generate images, you can generate websites. So I think it's a new frontier for humanity, I think, and it can be used in a positive way. I think it's down to who's using it. One thing that's really interesting about AI is that because it's removed the execution out of it, it's more about the vision, more about the idea and the concept and what you're bringing to the table as a human. It's an interesting tool that we are to explore.
Mm.
Yeah, but is it putting people out of work?
Of course it is. Of course it is, and of course it will. I mean, at the moment, I'm currently writing a manifesto for NFT community, and it's that manifesto, whilst in the process of writing it, studied the previous industrial revolutions. And I do believe that in its current time, we are in an industrial revolution because what constitutes an industrial revolution is when the means of productions change, and AI is changing the means of production, which means that it's going to shuffle things, it's going to change things around. But I do believe as humanity we'll find a way through. It's not going to be the end. It can't be. If it's putting people out of work, then maybe it means that they need to find different ways of compensating people. Because I think that AI is a humanity project because it's all of our data that's feeding into AI. So
Mm.
AI should look after us too, if you think about it. As
Yeah.
long as, it doesn't stay in the hands of corporate giants, I think conscious use of AI is something that needs to be sort of established. And in my manifesto, I'm trying to sort of anchor down on this and sort of shed some light and guide towards this kind of path.
Hmm. Well, I want to be involved in that. Anytime you're saying conscious, that's where I live, you know. So
You already
well,
are, Skyler. You ain't got a choice.
it's beautiful. Tom?
Well, I've got loads of questions for you, Leo Gami, but what I would ask is, do you think, in the kind of accolades you've had and the success you've had, do you think embracing the tech element was key to that for you? Is that something you always thought you wanted to go down the tech road, or was that something that you just kind of latched onto because you saw it as something that was kind of growing?
Interesting question. I definitely think that from the beginning of my career, I've always been at the forefront of technology.
Mm,
When I started out, it was camcorders and mini DV tapes.
yeah.
And I think learning that stuff, learning editing and stuff like that, that was kind of what set me up. So
Uh-huh.
it's always something that I do. I'm always kind of looking at what's available and how that changes what we can currently do. So yeah, I'd say definitely. I think that being at the forefront of technology has always been sort of an interest and a passion of mine, as well as being an entrepreneur as well. So it's
Mm,
a balance, I think.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Aren't you doing some animation too?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've got loads of projects on at the moment, but one of them that I'm working on, which is quite exciting, is actually a VR project. We're working on a karaoke VR game, basically like a multiplayer server base where you'll be able to basically perform in front of an audience in VR. This is in a project commissioned by Karaoke Box, which is one of the UK's leading karaoke joints across the UK, basically.
Yeah. Wow.
How's that work?
Oh man. You put on this headset, you're teleported into this reality. In
Yeah.
front of you is an audience of people, and they're watching you, they're cheering you on, and you're basically you're actually physically in your bedroom, but you're inside of the hyperspace and performing the songs that you like, basically, and being able to record it and then being able to put it online. That's pretty much how it works.
Wow.
I
Tom?
mean, in effect, with that, I think just to explain a little bit more, I guess,
Mhm.
whereby you've got a VR headset in your bedroom, as you say, the audience would be seeing
Mhm.
you on a stage in kind of staging that kind of thing. Is that
That's
how
right.
it would?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. That's
yeah.
exactly right. Yeah,
As far as
yeah,
they're
yeah.
concerned, you're kind of dancing or whatever, but you're actually in your room, and what they see is you in a stadium kind of environment. Interesting.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
So it sort of simulates that stadium feel,
yeah,
We've got different stages, but they all kind of simulate different environments.
yeah.
But it's to give the user the ability to experience what it's like to be on stage, basically,
I suppose.
without being on stage.
Oh, wow.
I suppose kind of, well,
Wow.
multitude of possibilities there, with the fact that you can go truly global with that because everybody can log in from wherever they are on the planet. You can have visibility of tens of hundreds of millions of people tuned into that broadcast, if you like, at any one time, right? So whereas normally a stadium would have a finite number of seats, or a finite number of people available that can go to the venue, if you're
Mhm.
going to do that, it truly opens up your visibility to millions of people.
Yeah, and that's the idea as well. That's the idea, and it's open to everybody. Everybody. So dependent, that doesn't matter on your ability to sing or not. If you're a great singer, that's great. If you're not, it doesn't matter. You know, it's about having fun and performing. But also, I guess for people who are serious artists as well, they could use it as a platform to get noticed and
Sure.
seen and heard as well.
Yeah. Wow. Excellent.
Wow, what do you do? You put that on after you do it, you put it on like a TikTok or one of those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, basically, you'll have the ability to share your performance to all social media. So, yeah, you could put it on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever your flavor.
So what you working on now? What's anything close to being finished?
Well, at the moment, right now, I'm working as a head of marketing for a cybersecurity firm, which you'll see in behind me, Agile Tech. We're doing lots of campaigns, lots of promotions and things like that. That's kind of mainly what I'm into at the moment. Not really. I've kind of taken a step back from some of the creative stuff for myself. Yeah, yeah. I'll be getting back on. I'll be getting back on and doing some cool stuff soon. But at the moment, mainly focusing on marketing and also curating. So bit
Mm.
of both of those things, kind of those two worlds is kind of what I'm into at the moment.
Please get equal done for us, man.
Hey, for sure. When I made that video, this is before loads before AI,
Yeah.
and I used a lot of sort of royalty-free footage and
Yeah.
stuff and things online. So I've got a rough idea as to what shots they don't like. But
Have you
listen, what
presumably
what
you've
I
got a
want to
copy of the
do.
original and stuff, haven't you?
Oh yeah, yeah, I've got the original, I've got
Yeah,
the
yeah,
idea, I've got
sure.
everything. But what I wanted to do is I'm gonna do a different version where I swap out some of the shots so that we can bring it back on YouTube, and I'll use AI. See, this is the beautiful thing.
Where do you see tech going? What's the next big thing, do you think, kind of with AI and with what is the next big thing that you see happening, do you think?
I mean, I think what's on the horizon right now is probably AGI, which is a stronger form of AI, where it's more kind of self-autonomous kind of AI kind of thing.
Hmm.
I think that's probably the next frontier that's more immediately ahead of us. But to be honest, AI is advancing so fast. Like where
Mm,
it began at the start of the year and where it's at now, it's almost unrecognizable.
yeah,
If you think about how long it took for us to go from like, you know, standard definition to high definition to now 4K,
yeah,
8K, 32K, up. It's done similar progress in like much less time.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Wow.
amazing.
So what do? You give them your concept and they just go from there?
Uh, well, basically, it's something called prompting. Prompting is the art form of coding with words, with like normal language, and then
Mhm.
getting a result from it, from the AI. So you've got to type in your descriptions of what you want to create,
Mm,
and the AI tries its best to bring your vision to life, basically, as close as possible. So it's still down to how you work with words, if you get
yeah.
what I mean.
In other words, you kind of lead it by basically what you input. It kind of says it works with what you give it. So in other words, it doesn't
Right.
necessarily make its own thing up.
No.
You've got to give it, which I suppose is the element of still being creative with it, because you've got to be the creative person that says, okay, this is where I see it, and then it
Exactly.
enhances what you've given it.
Exactly. Or it tries to literally bring to life what you've created, what you're thinking about, or what you've written,
Yeah.
basically.
Wow. And
So is
and does it show you while you're going along? Like the progress of it and all that stuff like that. Your
Oh yeah, yeah,
idea?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's showing you. It shows you. It does it in real time, right in front of you.
Mm.
So you can see
Mm,
once it starts building things, you can start to see what it's doing.
Yeah.
But to be honest, yeah,
okay.
people's workflow today is so advanced. There's so many ways to work with AI now.
Mm.
It's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to know the lingo. Like you talking about sumu or whatever. You
You
got to
know,
know
yeah.
where to go. You know,
Yeah.
at that.
Oh,
True.
for sure,
That
for
that's.
sure, for sure.
That is true.
No, for sure, for
Listen,
sure.
brother, I love you. I love you, man, and thank you for finally coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Really great.
No, it's
Yeah,
lovely. It's
man.
been lovely.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save our humanity.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.